Right. Well, I am joined today by the lovely Zuhal, who is the UK director of IVF Turkey. As usual, Zuhal, I'm utterly useless with pronunciation, so please tell me what your surname is. Pronounce it properly for me.
Thank you, Sarah. My name is Zuhal Tascioglu, and I'm the UK Director of IVF Turkey. Thank you. It's always lovely to see you, Sarah.
Oh, bless you. Well, I was just explaining to you, wasn't I? I'm currently sat on my stairs because my builders, well, the next door neighbours' builders are banging away. So
No worries. You're
I'm
fantastic.
sitting on the
As
stairs.
always. That's just your energy. We need your energy
Oh.
all the time.
Oh, bless you, Zuhal. Well, look, today I've stolen some of your time because I want you to help me get my head around how traveling abroad for IVF works. Because I always thought that if you were going to travel for IVF, that you would get on an airplane and you would be off for like 2 to 3 weeks and then come back, hopefully with your, positive pregnancy test. But you've told me that it's not always that way, that actually a lot of the time can be spent in the UK. So you told me today that you would help me understand the different steps of traveling abroad for IVF.
Of course, you are not the only person. Don't worry. Just I'm always like hearing from the patient. Can we fly next day or next week? And first of all, and then as you know, a treatment, actual IVF treatment starts on the beginning of the cycle day 2, 3. So, but before then, and we normally do some initial tests just for the patients to save them money and their time. Because if you fly right away, and then if you find out something like we need to do before the treatment, or just like decide the protocol differently, there are some short protocol, long protocol, you need to start earlier than the treatment. So, and it will just like, it will be maybe wasting your time and your money all the way flying to another country. So that's why, of course, like we don't have a waiting list, but we need to do some preparation before we start, like initial test on the recent cycle mostly, and the blood test and some scan to understand the patient condition. Just the minimum test. We don't want to give like hard work to patients.
Yeah.
And then this is the initial preparation part. And then when we start, they don't have to go to another country for the full treatment. They are able to start their ovulation injection in the UK.
So let me, okay, so instead of me, let's use Turkey as an example, seeing as you are IVF Turkey. So let's just say I've done my research, I've decided that you are the clinic that I want to have my treatment with. So what I would call you and just have an initial chat.
Yeah, of course. I mean, when
And
they reach out and then we are communicating with the patient and
yeah,
explain and then how it works. And then we get their data like an email, and
yeah,
then we send them some general information and the price list and the medical form assessment. There are some simple medical questions about their fertility past, and then we'll get an idea to guide the patient better.
yes,
Every patient condition is different, and then it's
yes,
like personal treatment plan.
yeah.
So to understand their age, their weight, and their like history, then we can advise them. Maybe they had like recently a treatment and they have some hormone tests, and then we'll get an idea about their endometrium or uterus condition.
Mhm.
We need the follicles and the eggs from
Yeah,
the woman, and the healthy uterus environment, and then also the good sperm from the men's side.
yes.
If we understand those data, and we can guide the patient easier.
So I filled out my form and essentially I've given you my fertility portfolio so you can understand a bit about where I am.
Yeah,
And
of
then you
course.
said that so I'm still in the UK, let's say. And so then you would say, right, okay, we'll do this. But first of all, you need to go and have your initial tests done. So I'd have those over here.
Yeah, just then after that, as I said, if they don't have recent one, then
Yeah,
we need to see recent condition,
yeah,
because just like for their good the results. So we have some cooperation clinic in the UK. They can also go to another local any local clinic to get them done. Just a scan and a couple of hormone tests and the semen analysis. Then
yeah.
they provide those test results. We plan their treatment. And the next step, when we decide to start IVF treatment, they can just like choose to start in the UK or directly go to Turkey.
I see. So if I get, so you would help me like choose where I need to go to have those tests. Would you organize those for me?
We have some cooperation clinics in the UK,
Yeah.
like London, in Birmingham, in Manchester area, and then we are trying to, make more choices, of course.
Yeah.
I've been working in IVF Turkey for about almost 10 years. And then what I see, mostly Birmingham, Manchester, and London, they are enough for the patients. They're always happy with those options.
Yeah. So I've had my initial tests, they've gone back to you. And then the doctor in let's say Turkey would then look at my test results
Mhm.
and then decide what my protocol would be.
Yeah, the protocol, and we prepare their prescription and the dosage for the full treatment, the total medication prescription, and then all their patient schedule. After we prepare everything, we share with the patient. And in the UK, to get all those IVF medication, you need a UK prescription. And we have cooperation doctors here as well, especially in London. And just they accept IVF Turkey's prescription and they rewrite it. We help the patients to get the UK prescription. With that prescription, they're able to go every pharmacies to collect them. And when they collect all the medication, the IVF treatment is like a two-part. The first part is ovulation induction and the follow-up, scan follow-up. And the second part is the operation part, egg retrieval and embryo transfer. So we offer the patient to start the half treatment in the UK, which is scan follow-up, can be 3-4 times scan visit, and daily dosage medication injections. We are always with them, and then we just evaluate their scan measurement and then tell them the daily dosage. And then I'm here and I have some other team members here with the patients. They're always like in touch with us. And then our doctors evaluate their scan result for the first part. And then when we see the follicles reach the good measurement, we are organizing their flight and the plan, and then they fly to Turkey for the egg retrieval. So it's like, option for the patient who doesn't want to stay in Turkey for the full treatment, because it may last like 20 days from the beginning to the end.
Yes. Yeah. I didn't really understand that before. Like I said, I always thought you just got on a plane, and I thought the reason for choosing to go abroad for IVF is because you wanted to go abroad for IVF. I didn't realize that it was literally split in two like that.
No worries. I mean, just every day, people are asking me the same question. We are trying to build like, some system for the foreigner patients. And we have lots of patients from all over the world. So we are trying to find the easier system for them. Now the medication issue is just very easy, and we are able to help them. And for the scan appointment, and then also we are able to help them. And then especially in London, because I'm in London too, and then it's very easy to communicate and help them. So we do everything. We even offer accommodation arrangement or the airport pickup. They just need to book their flight ticket.
Yes. Yeah. So they would have done their stimulation, and then when those follicles get to the right size, you say, right, okay, jump on an airplane and get yourself over here, and then you do egg retrieval.
Yeah, of course. And also, we also plan this in advance, because, of course, it's a human biology. It may change for a couple of days earlier or the later. We always like explain to patient, but mostly then our schedule is like around 10 days in the UK, 10 days in Turkey to be on the
Yeah.
safe zone.
Yeah.
And to be on the safe side. So, but we are able to finish for 8 days in Turkey, so they don't have to stay for a longer time. And this is another option.
Are there any patients that you would recommend staying with you for the duration, though?
Sorry, just then.
Are there any cases where you prefer the patient to be in Turkey, or does it really not matter?
From the beginning.
Yeah,
And some of the cases, they are very rare, but they may need very close measurement. But we just like check them every day.
yeah,
For like some of the cases, they should be being seen like every day. So
yeah,
it will be difficult in the UK because
yes,
when they go for a scan in the UK, it's just like, they don't want to go every day to another clinic for the scan. And because there will be the more cost. And then, in the UK, just like traveling. But when they are in Turkey, and mostly they stay around the hospital, we have accommodation just opposite the hospital, and it's easy to go and visit the hospital. And they are like also on a vacation in Turkey and more relaxed
yes,
for some patients, just like because Turkey is also a touristic destination, and Istanbul, we are in central Istanbul, which is very good advantage for the patients. And then it's just already IVF treatment is not an easy journey.
mm,
It's emotional and not easy. So just being in a nice city in the center and then able to see so many touristic attraction helps their, reduce their stress. And then
yes,
also they don't have to worry. We are able to give them everyday appointments, and then we don't charge them extra for extra scans.
yeah,
They're all included, and they don't worry about the cost or arranging this or traveling for the scan.
yes.
And so for that cases, we tell the patient it will be better to be in Turkey from the beginning to the end.
Yes, yeah, of course. And so after you've had your embryos or embryo put back in, how long do you recommend staying in Turkey?
Next day, they are able to fly. As I said, I'm a biologist too, by the way, and then this for 15 years. I think it's over 15 years. And then regarding to my experience, what I see from the patient, even they fly to United States, which is very long journey,
Mm,
and we are getting positive results. And just in some patient, if they think it will affect them, psychologically, because we are playing with the hormones, as you know. So they should be like, relax and not to worry. If they want to stay longer than that, they are more than welcome. But
yes,
just they can fly next day after the embryo transfer, earliest next day.
yes. And just going back then to those that choose to split between, let's say the UK and Turkey, are they paying are they paying for everything that happens in the UK, like the scan appointments? Are they paying a UK clinic for those scan appointments, or are they paying IVF Turkey?
No, they pay to the clinic. We don't get any money on them, and for the medication or prescription or any, just like we don't charge them for any scan. It's completely between. They can also choose their own scan place,
Yeah.
and we need like three visit mostly enough for the
Yes.
first half, for the first 10 days, and then three visit means. In some scan place, they charge like it's different, but they can find cheaper place and a bit, expensive.
Mm.
So it wouldn't cost much because only three visit, and they
Yeah.
pay to the clinic directly. We don't
Yeah.
touch the money. We are not relevant with the money.
So they're essentially paying you from, like you say,
For
the
for
expert.
the, for the scan performing, they are
Yeah.
just like paying to the sonographer, the doctor, or the nurse in the clinic, and we just like when we start following, because we do some effort, and then all the guide, all the consultation and the prescription, and then helping for the scans and evaluating everything. So until they go, we just like charge them for deposit payment and is non-refundable for our follow-up.
Mhm.
And that is a deposit, not extra charge. So, and then they pay the rest when they arrive to Turkey. Our price is same, either they start here or in Turkey,
Mm.
because we don't charge like extra for the scan follow-up and for the first the part. But this is the decision for the patient. It's their choice to stay in the UK for longer and stay in Turkey shorter. So this is the service we provide, and that's why, and they are very happy to pay for these scans.
Yeah. Is it slightly cheaper to travel abroad for IVF?
It's cheaper. Sometimes
Yes.
they are, I hear from the patient, they Googling and they are checking the prices, but you should be careful. I'm not talking about us or any other clinic. But whatever you choose in the country or any clinic, always be careful because there are some hidden charges. They put some numbers, some price, and then there are some extras come up.
Oh God, yeah.
For example, we don't charge extra for ICSI. It's our routine. And then there's so many clinics charge extra for ICSI and they don't mention for their IVF price. Or
Yeah.
like, some other anesthesia or some other things. And they should be careful about all the calculation. And
Yeah.
just, as I said, it's not an easy journey for the
On
budget as well.
IVF Babble on our online mag, we've got some checklists that we say to people, just print that checklist off. And when you're having that initial conversation with a clinic, just go down the checklist and just ask them questions like, oh, I
Perfect.
see your cost here says la la la. Well, does that include,
Yeah,
and then you can go
very
down.
good advice. Very good advice.
And then also we've said to people, really look into a clinic, look at their, when they say success rates, look at their live birth rates, check to see if that clinic is actually authorized, if it's, in the UK, it's the HFEA. We've
Yeah.
got it linked where you can check.
There are
Because
there are some certificates in the countries, like in Turkey, that we are registered to government, Ministry of Health, and they should check there's such a thing as well.
yes, yeah, because people can be blinded by a cheap price, but actually you end up spiraling. And like you say, with all those hidden costs, you can actually end up paying so much more than you think you're going to.
And then if the clinic is not authorized, and you might not find anyone to deal with. And then
Yes.
plus, in Turkey, they start to do so many things to protect foreigner patient. And because the medical tourism is going very well, and is nowadays is the government doing something about it to protect foreign patients, and then they're always like checking for the registration, and then if they update the hospitals and the clinics and the agencies, you should have some certificates from the Ministry of Health, and then just you should have a team members for the foreign languages or all the foreign languages, and because when they come, how they can communicate. They
Yes.
always ask me, is there anyone who speaks English? The doctor speaks English, and our doctors.
Of
And then,
course.
or the like, what are we gonna do? How are we gonna communicate? It's a foreign country, and they have no idea about Turkey, or
Yeah.
maybe another country. And when you are going, you will be worried how I'm gonna communicate. And for
Yes.
payment system, how are we gonna pay? And are we able to pay like a UK bank account? We have UK bank accounts. It's easy online payment. Just then, this all comes with the years experience. Just like when you have the patients and you see the questions and the problems, and you are solving day by day. Of
Yeah.
course, we'll upgrade ourselves with another upcomings, but so far so good, and they don't have to worry.
Yeah. So you've really, really cleared that up for me today. Honestly, it's now it sounds so brilliant to have those two options, to either go abroad for the duration or to break up your journey. And do you know what? There was just one other thing I wanted to pick up on. And it was something you said to me recently when we were just chatting on the phone. You were saying about you start your treatment, is it on day one of your period? Was that right?
Second day or third day.
Second day or third day of your period?
Presentation.
And were you saying that's because your endometrium?
Lining should be thin. And don't get me wrong, I'm not the doctor, but we've been working with them for a long time. And then just I should be clarified. But for the uterus lining, every period, every cycle, and your wall, the endometrium lining, your wall is like you get rid of all the follicles and then all the endometrium lining. So we will be able to see the uterus clearly, and then also your uterus will be ready to start for the hormone injection, ovulation injection, induction. So the follicles are small in the beginning, and then we are able to control them, because when we give that stimulation injections, then also we add some other antagonists during the treatment to control them. They might just like rupture, or just like we may lose them if we don't add some other in hormones. So, and that's why we are trying to monitor them closely, not to, miss any measurement. And every follicle is very important, especially for the high age patients.
Yes.
We don't have an age limit, but in the UK there is an age limit, BMI limit, and that's why so many patients are like, reaching us. They don't accept, and to maybe, I don't know, just as the regulation, I'm not quite sure, or for the statistics, their success rate. And we are just trying, we want to help the patients if we can. And so, of course, we are being honest with the patient with the success rate. If they accept, just, you never know with the trying. And we had cases we were succeeded for the very, high ages if their conditions are okay. So
Yeah.
don't ever lose your hope, and don't give up trying. There are some new techniques coming up. We talked before, as you remember, like ovarian rejuvenation and for the patients. And just then we are trying to people, hopefully everyone can get their aim.
Zuhal, thank you so much. You've been so helpful today, and please, please, please send my love to your amazing doctors. Dr. Karakan is like,
I will do. Thank you very much for your kindness all the time. You have a good energy, and given to everyone who is looking for some, the find a solution for their fertility problem. And then it's also sometimes you just want to talk with someone and share.
yes, definitely.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. And so if anyone's got any more questions, they can just direct message you on Instagram's a good way to connect. Or I suppose just Google IVF Turkey and they'll have a contact,
We do.
contact information at the top. Yeah. Thank you, Zuhal.
Thank you very much.